Yeah, you gotta push the button, as always. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you very much. I guess this is another Guinness for coming up with so many people on the 6th of September. I think only Keiretsu, together with BKT, this is how everybody calls us, like, how's it called? What's the bank called? International National Bank, BKT, I was in Albania. Thank you very much. We're very, very happy to welcome you all today on a very special day for us. We've been working a lot also with BKT, as driton calls it, as we call it in Albania, as we call it in Kosovo, we'll call it BKT. It's the major, most important commercial bank wherever, as long as I'm concerned, Albanians live. And we're very, very proud to be here today and have such distinguished guests. Thank you very much for joining. I would like, without any further ado, to welcome for a proper welcoming speech, because I'm just supposed to do the adus, our very dear President of the Southeast Europe chapter of Keiretsu Forum, Mr. Ardian Hoxha. Welcome.
Thank you, Ravik. Ravik is the CEO of Keiretsu Forum Southeast Europe, and together with the team, they're doing an amazing job organizing so many activities and making so many things happen, and given a big contribution to the growth of the startup and investment ecosystem in Southeast Europe. So I welcome everyone, and I hope you all had time to rest over the summer. And as Ravik said, it's not very easy to get people to come to events early in September. But we knew our power and the power of BKT, which is a very close partner to us. And basically we wanted to kickstart the academic year with an activity like this, where we will showcase some information about our partner, BKT, and then we have a distinguished panel that will share information on what's going on in the ecosystem of startups and investment, not only in Kosovo, but the whole region as well, and how we are doing in this whole sphere. So Keiretsu Forum is growing every day. We are growing in terms of number of members, angel investors. We are growing in terms of number of startups that are applying to pitch at our events. We are growing in number of partnerships that join us to develop the ecosystem together. We are growing in terms of partnerships with all the players that produce startups, so that supply us with deal flow. And we are also growing in terms of potential partnerships for programs such as programs for founders of startups, incubators, accelerators, and so on. And we are also, last but not least, growing in terms of partnerships with VCs around our region. And basically the number of VCs that we have very close partnerships with are around 30, and jointly they have over 10 billion euros of capital that is available for startups of the entire region. So basically there is this Albanian saying, ako pula se ideja ka sa dush, meaning, are there any chicken, because there's so many ideas. There is a joke, but it's a long story, and only Albanians understand it, meaning that in the past there was a lot of ideas, but there was no chicken, there was no money. And now there is money to be invested in good ideas and good startups as well. So with Keiretsu, basically we have invested in 3 startups already. Actually, the 4th, some of our members have invested privately. Now we're getting organized as a group as well. So it'll be 4 startups invested already. And we hope that with every pitching event that we have more and more startups and more members, more and more angel investors that are willing to invest, and not only invest, but to mentor, to guide these startups and grow them to be VC investable. We have, as I mentioned, amazing partnerships with these VCs, and basically not even sky is the limit for the whole ecosystem here. So basically I could talk for hours, but this time we're gonna keep it short and sweet. So I invite Ravik again to invite our next speaker, and then we continue with the agenda. And just so you know, we have amazing classical music in the end, which we will have a networking cocktail, and we will have a chance to get to know each other better, to catch up after the summer, and enjoy the great music. So, Ravik, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This is actually the first time I'm moderating the event. Usually, then I used to do this. But yeah, not as good, I'm sorry. Yeah, we shipped off her to the best college of Europe. It's called College of Europe. So she's coming back at some point, so bear with me for today. Right, so, right you, sir. Very, very happy to introduce someone that really trusted in us very, very early on. This is one of the pioneers, I would say founding believers of Keiretsu Forum, without which a lot of things, would have been kind of different in terms of trust that we get from institutional investors. So I'd like to invite very happily to the stage CEO and board member, correct, of BKT, or National Commercial Bank of Albania and Kosovo, Mr. Suat Bakar. Thank you very much.
Dear guests, welcome. Indeed, I have a great pleasure here, being here together all. It's a day of Kosovo-Romania football game. So we have a match today. So being present here means that you are more interested in this kind of event. First of all, it's a big privilege for us as BKT. I think first time, because I know Keiretsu from our sister bank in Turkey, which I used to work, and the Keiretsu Forum globally is a big player, one of the largest. But I think first time organizing this kind of events with a bank. So it's a great effort and success of chapter president, Southeast Europe of Keiretsu Forum, Ardian. Also, I want to thank him about his really this effort to make us as a player here. As you know, the bankers are a bit serious guys and can be boring. I will try to make it simple. Today, I want to share one thing. 2 weeks ago, my 3.5-year-old daughter asked from me to buy a unicorn. And that time I thought about, we have the same dream with my daughter. She's 40 years younger than me, but having the same dream. And we start discussing about our dreams. You know, most of, after maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, because of these changes globally, many unicorns are occurred, and globally there are maybe now hundreds of unicorns, means that over €1 billion valuation, maybe dollar, not a big difference. billion-dollar valuation. And these unicorns, some of them established in a garage with friends, as you know. Some of them as an investment of some big corporates in their research and development departments. But at the end, all those things happen in a small ecosystem. And we ask why Kosovo will not be part of this kind of unicorns. And when we discussed with my daughter, her dream is very simple. And she explained to me, we will go to a store and we will buy it. But my dream depends to you. Because how we can do it? We can do it if we come all together. And this is a community, and you are a member of this community. How we will do it? We thought about in a bank. Now, this being angel investor, corporate investor, venture capital, it's too complicated for now for Kosovo. But still, we can accelerate those startups. And we can do it with funds of all our friends. But also, we have good money as bank. So we can invest there. We discuss and we allocated initially €1 million for those startups that if they apply, they will get this money. It will be easy money that our guys also here who will do an assessments. So they will approve, no worries. Also, we allocated €3 million fund when a startup really, let's say, become in a certain level to do something concretely for Kosovo. And we want to open this door to everyone internationally, so the region will be our target. Whoever lives in this ecosystem, the Southeast Europe, we will open this door to them to develop their projects here. This is not limited with the funds that we have here. Maybe you don't know, but a bank in Kosovo, BKT, has an asset management company. This company managing over €1 billion fund. And we have very strong venture capital there. We want to open door for Kosovars, for investments in Kosovo, also this venture capital. So gradually, what is our plan? To support first for initial loans and initial funds, to develop all these initiations, then continue with a bit higher limits to support them financially, but not to create a burden on them. And then finally, to bring our venture capital here to invest all those new startups to make it happen. In the beginning, it can be a mini-corn with €1 million valuation. Then it can be a unicorn. At the end, it will be a corn, I believe. It won't be an easy process. I will make happen my dream of my daughter. It's easy. This weekend we will do. But for our dream, we need to work all together. So the next step, my colleague will explain more in detail. We already applied to regulatory authority to establish a fund, venture capital fund here. And we will attract all our clients, or our partners, stakeholders, to be part of it. So tomorrow, you will see, maybe with small amount, you will be able to be partner of maybe the future's unicorn. So all those organizations, events, and everything will be very helpful for further steps. I'm hoping you will enjoy the event, and it will encourage us for the new ones. Thank you very much.
See, I don't know if you were, when you came here, you had the idea that we would be talking about dreams around here, but this is what we do. So you're in also for a little ride today. We're just getting started. Thank you very much for the amazingly inspiring speech. What I very proudly say to some of our members, especially potential members, because I'm also, I'm a president all the time, we need more members, more members. So when I'm recruiting, I say, we have a major deal with BKT, the bank. And it was like, you have a deal with the bank? And I said, yeah, we have a deal with the national bank. And this is a breakthrough agreement. This is happening for the first time. It's like you convinced the bank to invest in the startups. So this is really a breakthrough agreement. It's happening really, I think it's once, the first one of its case in the region. So yeah, you're witnessing a little bit of a history around here. Again, we're talking about, and we didn't, I mean, it's not that Keiretsu Forum, which is the largest angels network in the world, choose the national commercial bank for nothing. This is the first bank, first and biggest national bank in Albania. I think it says 1925 as old, and then yeah, it's been winning, I don't know, prizes after prizes, best bank of the year, and so on and so forth. I mean, this is not by choice. This is not by chance. It's by choice. So I have to continue with the agenda. I'd rather just talk for hours. But, good. So it says here that the Prime Minister should be in the room. Doesn't it? Has anybody seen him? No, I guess. Unless it's a very intriguing potential member to be next Prime Minister. No, it's not her. Great, good. Then I suppose that we will have to continue with the achievements and future goals of Keiretsu Forum. So we'd have the slides. This is where we actually tell you that we've been doing some concrete work and this is not fluff. Right, so I click next. Right, this is what I was boasting about. His Bay, you gotta mention US, makes it all much more fancy, but it's actually true. It was incorporated, created 2000 by Randy Williams. And today there is 3,000 members all around the world, 60 plus chapters. Southeast Europe chapter, it's a chapter, probably the largest chapter to date, with 9 countries encompassing Western Balkans countries, 6, plus Slovenia, Hungary, and Croatia. We are eyeing a couple of more countries to add. We don't want 9, we want 10. Looks better on the T-shirt. Yeah, and as well, more numbers, 1 billion of investments, 22 years. We're agnostic. We don't really pick where we invest, other than we want to invest in whatever our member investors who trust us are going to have a better and fastest return on investment, their investment, and this is where the due diligence part comes in. We're trying to really offer every 2 or 3 months at least 5 startups to our members who we deem to be the right investments for them. You very well know where the Southeast Europe is. I won't give you a lesson about geography. Then this is startups that have been pitching for us. We've had more than 100 applications to date across 14 countries. And yeah, not only 14 countries, but at least how many continents do we have? We have like 3 or 4 continents, Brazil, US, they're coming all the way to Southeast Europe to pitch their ideas. To Keiretsu Forum, yeah, these are some of the countries. We have Israel, we have United States, Brazil, Egypt, and UAE. Even, I mean, okay, these guys, they usually have money up there, but they want it from us here. So this is our investment so far. We invested in Boxy, which is an innovative audiobook delivery platform. We've invested in Yova. These are all syndicated investments from a co-investment of a number of our investors. Always on their cap table, usually there is Keiretsu Forum, and there is those investments are usually. As I said, a syndicated investment from some of our angel investors. Some of them are sitting in this room as well. FinCap is the very first one as well in Macedonia. Then in here we don't have, I suppose, the investment in an Albanian startup it's called Mushroom Genetics. 2 of our angel investors sitting in this very room have invested into this company as well. So it's 4 in total in just a couple of months. We really do want to see Keiretsu Forum as a platform that not only enables private capital, which is, we think, very, very important at this moment to be invested into startups, and trying to match the right angel investor to the right startup, trying to lower down that very high percentage of dying rates. We think that by matching it with the right angel investor, that dying rate, or conversely, that the success rate of the startup is very highly reduced. We really do want to think Keiretsu Forum also is a very important platform for regional economic cooperation. I like to tell this story, but it's also quite interesting how a lot of people in Europe and the EU especially, and many governments, many donors are really trying to have the countries of the Western Balkans, 6 Western Balkans, to talk together. But we think we got something different here. We think we got a real concrete venue for cooperation. An angel investor from, we are the only ones to offer a platform in which, realistically speaking, one angel investor from Macedonia could co-invest with an angel investor from Montenegro, could co-invest with an angel investor from Serbia in a startup in Kosovo. And this is how we see how real regional economic cooperation should be done. So thank you to all of you who, older friends, new friends, earlier believers. There are some very important startups which I've personally invited in this room, and yes, I'm talking about you, and a couple of others, who also have trusted us with being the platform to collect the right investment and syndicate the right investments from this region for them. So thank you to all of them who are here today. We're very much looking forward to do great things together. And since I usually just do this and not the part of the moderation, now I have to also do the moderation. And we're saying that I invite now the BKT, National Commercial Bank, Kosova's presentation that Mr. Bakar was mentioning right before. So please, the representative of the bank would give the presentation, which I don't have a name here. Mr. Muharrem Ina. Okay. Albanian name. Great. You should come. We should give you the passport too.
You should, because my wife is Kosova. Where is the point?
It's because you didn't give me the name. You need my mobile?
No. Welcome all. As Mr. Suat mentioned, bankers are boring guys. I am not, but they assigned this boring job to me tonight. So, you know, whoever is here, I know you are all aware of the country potential. You already know Kosova's potential. That's why we gathered here. But I just want to shortly remind you why we, as an investor, as a banking group, are in Kosovo and in Albania. Now, Kosovo, for a long time, has been the youngest country in Europe, and it still continues. But we all know birth rate is decreasing, and unfortunately, that rate is increasing. Now, we have a potential, we have a demographic potential in the country, but with brain drain and the migration, we may lose it. Before we lose it, we have to utilize the potential in the country. And then, you know, the most important thing that corporates like, tax. In Kosovo, corporate tax rate is 10%, and also if you are an international investor, there is no dividend taxation. So if you want to withdraw some of the profits or retain profits from the investment, there is no taxation on this, so it's another incentive for the international investments. Another, the incentive and motivation to be in Kosovo is the accession to EU markets and CEFTA, free trade agreements. So it's really a big advantage for the country. And another issue, even though we are not a member of Eurozone or the European Union, Euro is the official currency of the country, which brings stability to country. You don't have, even though in last years we all experienced pain of inflation, but normally our average inflation was around 1 to 1.5 throughout the years, which gives investors a comfort while investing in a country, protecting value of the investment and not having local currency risks. Another advantage is Kosovo debt to GDP ratio is around 15%. Throughout the years, it has been decreasing, even though it is one of the lowest in the world. So we believe it creates a good base for the country. If there are potential investments, the country also can contribute to those. So the government can easily, support all the investments in the country and subsidize them. On top of this, of course, the internet penetration is around 96.6%, which is higher than European average. So we know infrastructure is ready here. What we have to do is only to take the initiatives and to start up, basically. Here I wanted to show a picture of the economic growth in the region. We all know during 2020 we had one in-country event. But Kosovo, together with Albania and Croatia, has been bouncing back better than all the region. So compared to 2019, our growth rate is over 13%. So this means we recovered the impact of pandemic already. And if you look at the future projections by IMF, so Kosovo is one of the best projections in terms of real GDP growth in the region. So this means if we invest here, the value will continue growing. So that's why we believe in the prospect of the country. During 2024, we had our inaugural credit rating, which was, to be honest, better than everyone's expectation, BB-. We know in the region, Albania for a long time has a country rating, which is B+. Macedonia BB- for a long time, but the Kosovo's inaugural rating is BB-. You know, credit rating is very important for internationals. When they want to enter a country, it's a benchmark. So you don't need to do individual assessment of the country. Someone already did for you, and you just check the credit rating, and you can allocate certain funds to country. We believe this was one of the obstacles or one of the negative differentiation points with the regional countries, but now we have even a better rating than them, despite the difficulties we are facing. I will shortly mention Çalık Holding, as during the presentations and the speech they mentioned. BKT is here, but we are not here only as a bank, but we have a big group behind us. Çalık Holding is one of the biggest conglomerates in Turkey, operating in 5 industries in 34 countries and employing over 16,000 employees. So we are here to represent our support, not only as BKT Kosovo, but also our group's power is there, and we are ready to support any initiatives in the country and region. Double click doesn't work. So, sorry. No, just one short. We need voice.
That's why we're not only doing business in Turkey and around the world. We're working hard to increase the quality of life for people. Throughout the world, we set a higher standard with our innovative style of business in different sectors through our expert staff for a better future. We do not only compete against the top companies of the world, but also against ourselves as well. Wherever we go, we invest not only to provide power and resources, we also invest to build happy tomorrows. We work to leave endearing memories in hearts and minds. Çalık Holding.
So, as we saw, thank you. group itself is already an entrepreneur and investing in many industries, sometimes even coming up with startups, sometimes failing, sometimes succeeding. But Balkan region, among all the continents and countries we are operating, is very critical for us. Only in banking, we have 615 million euros in Albania and Kosovo invested. That's the direct capital investment. We all know the GDP size of those countries and total banking size, so 650 million euros is a significant dedication of the group here, that we believe in the prospect of the region and the country. Of course, the overall investments in the region is over 1 billion euro, together with renewable energy investments, e-commerce, which is our very new initiative. By end of this year, we will launch e-commerce platform, and we chose Kosovo as hub of the investment, even though we target the region. So it already shows our belief in the country compared to other countries in the region. Also in telco industry, you may know, Alp Telecom, also like BKT Albania, was the oldest and national telco company, which was owned by the group itself. We exited by taking stake in a Hungarian telco company, but still our belief in the region and our trust in the countries continue. Also, as Mr. Roja mentioned, our numbers are really skyrocketing. In recent years, we have been growing significantly compared to banking sector in Kosovo. Why I want to mention it? Actually, success doesn't come by only with the numbers, but also competition is there. You have to be innovative and disruptive. We are always trying to disrupt the market. Actually, we as a group don't like disrupt, the word disrupt. We want to construct, but in this case, we should pursue it in a good way. We have to change something. Otherwise, conventional banking, collect, deposit, and give loans. We don't want to do only that. That's why we are the first bank also supporting such initiatives and collaborating with Keiretsu Forum. Throughout the years, as you can see, last 10 years, BKT growth rate, doubling the market growth rate. It comes together with, innovation, and also gross loan, the loan size. It shows our commitment to economic growth and financing initiatives in the country. It was already mentioned by Ravik, but we are tired of counting the awards. Every year, minimum 10 awards in different categories, different products, different business lines. So it shows bank is every year trying to add up, and we are competing with ourselves, honestly. That's why 2 full pages of awards by the most reputable global institutions, the Banker, Global Finance, EMEA Finance, and Euromoney. Lastly, the most important slide of the presentation, actually, here we want to show how we started, where we want to go. Initially, as it was mentioned, we dedicated 1 million euro direct funding through the banks for the startups to help them to achieve their goals. But it's not only limited to that. You know, the banks are, with the financial expertise, we are ready there with free advisory, financial advisory, without any cost on the startups. On top of that, we want to positively discriminate women. And also this year, we recently published our first sustainability report, where we emphasize our commitment to gender equality as well. On top of those, you know, government also recently opened a new window for diaspora investment. Now, under Kosovo Guarantee Fund, we have a window. We want to dedicate this directly to startups, up to 3 million euros. But of course, one of the investors should be diaspora, Kosovo diaspora abroad. We want to encourage them to come and invest in Kosovo. You know, we all criticize the consumption-driven economy, diaspora sending remittances, here going to consumption, and as imports sending money back. We don't want this. We want sustainable growth in the country and diaspora funding to be invested here. 3 million euro dedicated there. The most important initiative for us, credit rating was important for this purpose, because if you don't have a credit rating, you cannot develop capital markets and you cannot come up with new products. You leave investors only one option, deposit. So we don't want, if you have wealth, you shouldn't be limited only with deposits as an investment instrument in the banks, but rather we want to come up with some venture capital funds or startup funds. Last year we already applied to central bank. We hope one day we will have the approval. Our intention there is in 1 year time to reach minimum 5 million euro equity so that we can channel this to startup investments where it's important. In the early stage of establishment, it's really difficult to access financing. So the full investment strategy of the fund will be the startups, so we will not focus elsewhere. We will support startups also to access the funding which help them to grow faster, and also it will give chances to us as investors, angel investors, to have, even with smaller stake, you will be able to have some shares in some of the startups. Even, I mean, you may not have the big capital to invest, but at least the fund will allow you to take stake even with smaller capital in bigger investments. We believe it has huge potential because the only investment, as I said, product in Kosovo is the, for time being, deposit in local market I am talking. We hope with such initiatives, together with the Keiretsu and with people dreaming big, we will make it also happen. So this overall, this is the presentation. I don't want to take your time longer. If you have any questions regarding any of the windows, I can answer questions. Otherwise, përditshëm.
Impressive, I would say. If it would take a couple of slides just for the words, I suppose. Thank you very much. We'll very quickly why we get the setup for the panel. I'd like to invite Igor to give us a very quick sort of introduction of a demo of what SumUp, which is the first investment that ThinkUp, sorry, SumUp. My God, it's gone. I mean, ThinkUp has been doing as of lately, which is the first co-investment coming out of Keiretsu Forum. So please, Igor, which is our very kind collaborator, member of Board of Keiretsu out of Macedonia, and also co-founder of SumUp, co-investor, ThinkUp, sorry again. Please join us.
Thank you. I like to use the phone, even though you don't need, for me, I'm loud enough. But yeah, I would like to talk a little bit about the first startup that Keiretsu Forum invested. It's been more than a year, and really much 1 year in startup terms, it's a lot of time. And there is so much things that has been developing, and I can still recall when we were sitting with Ardian discussing about the potentials of ThinkUp and what it will become, and there is one thing that you want the company to become, and then there is the reality. The reality that the company is much more than we ever envisioned, because it started developing technologies with artificial intelligence, and because artificial intelligence has speed up all the processes of development, we have something right now that it's among the top 5 solutions in the world of creating virtual employees. And virtual employees that you can access, especially for the financial sector, via your mobile phone. This was unmanageable to be done until now. And hopefully the demo that I will do right now will not do me justice, because we're doing a live demo, and one of our investors here is making already a face, knowing how hard it is to do a live demo. But we're calling a number of our virtual employee. And we can have a short conversation about anything that we like. So basically what we have managed to do from a company creating super digital office solutions for enterprises, especially for the financial sector. We have taken a piece of that solution, especially to be about all types of businesses that are servicing a lot of clients. So right now, I will be calling our colleague, the virtual colleague, and we can talk with her about FinCap, about Keiretsu Forum, or any other financial instrument. It can check the state of the stock exchange, Microsoft, Apple, etc. And hopefully, as I said, it will not let me down in the moment that I'm exposing myself here. So if it goes great, then you can check it. It's already available in English, Albanian, Macedonian, and other 140 languages. So let's do it. We are putting myself out. So let's see what happens. So we're doing a regular call.
Hi, this is Mag.
Hey, can you introduce yourself?
Oh. Of course. I'm Margaret, your charming AI financial advisor from ThinkUP, here to help you with investment insurance and retirement portfolios. So, what brings you here today?
Yeah, I'm an angel investor and I would like to get with some angel club. Would you recommend Keiretsu Forum?
Okay. The Keiretsu Forum. They're quite the catch for angel investors. They offer great networking opportunities and support for startups. Looking to dive into some investments?
Yes, just on the side of investment, can I buy insurance through the service?
Okie dokie. Absolutely. ThinkUP offers a range of insurance products, from home to vehicle insurance. We've got you covered. Interested in exploring specific options?
Yes, I'm traveling to Skopje from Pristina, and do I need an insurance for that?
Traveling to Skopje. How exciting. We offer travel health insurance starting at just €2.50. It covers medical treatment, luggage theft, and more. Shall I give you more details on the packages?
No, thank you, Maggie. Thank you very much.
Okie dokie. You're welcome. If you need anything else or want to explore more options, just let me know. Happy travels.
Yeah, so this is a live conversation that we're doing, and we can feed all type of data. We can feed all type of data, which is a PDF document, into the solution, and within 1 hour have the solution ready for any customer service to sell, to connect, to interact as it's a real employee. It's out there, it's very expensive it's done in the US market. We have made it very affordable and starting from the Balkans. Very proud to have Keiretsu Forum with us supporting this and having more of the solutions utilizing artificial intelligence. BKT is already showing interest, and hopefully many more institutions that will be using this. Thank you very much for the chance to present.
See, very tangible, very concrete cases of what we're doing, because we like to follow up on our investment, and not only the startups that we have invested in, but also the startups that we haven't. We continue to see their progress, we follow up on them, and are always looking forward to have them matched as soon as possible with an investment or an angel investor. So, in case some of you would like to just refresh themselves, a little bit of water or something else in the back, give it a couple of minutes to put to arrange the stage, and we'll be back. I'll be back for the panel. Thank you very much.